Before we begin today's lesson, make sure you update your science journal table of contents. We are adding topographic map vocabulary on page 21. Good morning, 4th grade. This week we will be starting a new unit. In this unit, we will be learning how we can use maps to learn more about the different landforms on our planet Earth. I want to start out by asking you, how are maps helpful? Please write one sentence on how maps can be helpful to us. Maps are helpful for many different things. This is an example of a map that we can see on our phone if we need directions. For example, this red dot right here shows us the location of Esperanza Elementary, and the map also shows us the many different streets that are around. There are many different kinds of map. Like this map is a map of the United States. It shows each different states, and if we were able to zoom in, we can see the different cities. There are also maps like this one. This map is the same map of the United States, except it does not have the state's name. It just shows how the land looks across the different areas. For example, we can see the blue lines are the different lakes and rivers in the United States. We also see the green area, which shows us that is full of grass area. Then there are these brownish bumpy areas, and those represent different mountains. But if we look here, we see that there are these different mountains, and we see that there is areas that is full of grass, but we really can't tell how tall the mountain is or how high it is. Another example is when we did our stream tables created different landforms. Like in this one, it created a canyon. But in our stream table, we really couldn't tell how deep our canyon is. And we really couldn't tell the height of it. When we talk about the vertical distance, for example, going up in a canyon or a mountain, we are talking about elevation. Add this vocabulary word to page 21. Elevation is the vertical distance or height above sea level. For example, in this picture, this blue line at the bottom is the ocean, and then we see these mountains that are very high up, farther from the ocean. The higher the mountain goes, it tells us how much above it is from sea level. That is elevation. The taller mountains have a much higher elevation than the smaller mountains. Now the maps that we just saw, they just show us the shape, but they don't show us elevation. How would you show both shape and elevation on a map? Scientists have created a type of map that can show us both the shape and the elevation of the land. That type of map is called a topographic map. We can see an example of a topographic map in this picture. Add this vocabulary word to page 21. A topographic map is a map that uses contour lines to show the shape and the elevation of the land. See these lines on the bottom? These are the contour lines that draw the shape, but they don't just tell us the shape. They also tell us the elevation or the height that this area is. Scientists are able, using pictures and what they know, are able to take this mountain, this 3D mountain on top, and draw a topographic map. The lines they use show the shape, and the different lines that are on the inside also show the elevation. Notice how the lines that are in the middle have a much higher elevation. The lines in a topographic map are called contour lines. The contour lines are these curved lines that go around in the shape. These curved lines not only outline the shape, but they represent the specific elevation of each layer. As the lines go deeper in, it shows a much higher elevation of the map. Now, we have seen that there are topographic maps. We have seen that there are contour lines. We have the contour lines. Now, there is also contour interval. The contour interval is the change in elevation between any two lines. So it's kind of like doing math. These black lines are the contour lines, and the elevation of this contour line is 60. We can see here. The next contour line is 40. The contour interval between this line and this line is 20, because the elevation goes much higher in the middle. So the elevation between each line increases by 20. In a couple of days, we will be exploring different topographic maps and how they can help us map different landforms of the earth using the shape and the elevation. We will be able to use contour interval, contour lines to learn more about the elevation of different mountains and volcanoes. Don't forget to add contour interval, contour lines, topographic maps, and elevation into your science journal on page 21 as vocabulary words.